Welcome to The Real History 101. Today we journey back to the late 1960s, a time when the world of rock music was on the verge of transformation. Out of this electric atmosphere emerged a band that would forever change the landscape, Led Zeppelin. But before the thunderous riffs and legendary concerts, there was an idea, a vision to create something new, something bold. Four musicians, each a master in their own right, were about to unite. Their explosive sound, mythic lyrics, and commanding stage presence would redefine what rock music could be. In just a single decade, Led Zeppelin forged an immortal legacy, one that continues to inspire and captivate new generations even today. Join us as we uncover how this iconic band came to be and how their story became the stuff of legend. The year was 1968. Rock was changing, but something heavier was coming. Led Zeppelin, four musicians, one vision, to create a sound that shook the world. Jimmy Page, fresh from the Yardbirds, needed a new band and a new sound. He found John Paul Jones, a master of bass and keys, the band's secret weapon. Then came Robert Plant, a singer with a voice that could wail like a bluesman and soar like a god. Plant brought in his friend John Bonham, Bonzo, whose drumming was pure thunder. The first time they played together, the chemistry was explosive. They jammed and the room shook. John Paul Jones said, "The moment I heard Bonham, I knew this was going to be great." The new Yardbirds became Led Zeppelin, a name that would soon become legend. They weren't just a band, they were a revolution. Blues, folk and rock collided, supercharged by raw power. Led Zeppelin didn't just play music, they commanded it. Their sound would echo for generations. The storm had arrived. Led Zeppelin was born. What set Led Zeppelin apart? It was the fusion of four unique talents. Jimmy Page, the architect, built walls of sound with iconic riffs and studio wizardry. Robert Plant, the golden-haired frontman, sang of myth, love and loss, his voice both storyteller and siren. John Paul Jones anchored the chaos, weaving complex bass and keys into every song. John Bonham's drumming was pure force, his solos legendary, his groove unmatched. Together they were a band of contrasts, heavy and delicate, electric and acoustic. They refused to be boxed in. One moment thunderous, the next hauntingly beautiful. Songs like Whole Lotta Love and Going to California showed their range. Their secret, mastery of light and shade, always pushing boundaries. Page once said, "The idea was to balance acoustic and electric music." They weren't just a rock band, they were inventing something timeless. Every member was essential. Together they were unstoppable. Their music was magic and the world was spellbound. This was the hammer of the gods. Led Zeppelin's debut album hit in 1969. Raw, powerful and revolutionary. Good Times, Bad Times and Communication Breakdown announced a new era. The follow-up, Led Zeppelin II, was even heavier. Whole Lotta Love became a rock anthem. They topped charts, dethroned the Beatles, and became the world's biggest band. Each album showed growth. The three explored folk, while Ivor became their masterpiece. Stairway to Heaven defined them, an epic journey from gentle folk to rock crescendo. On stage, Zeppelin was unstoppable. Concerts stretched for hours, filled with improvisation and spectacle. Page played guitar with a violin bow. Bonham's drum solos were legendary. They played stadiums with no opening acts, confident in their power. Their live shows set the standard for rock concerts. Zeppelin didn't just perform, they transformed every stage into legend. Their music became anthems, their shows mythic. The world had never seen anything like them. With fame came wild stories, trashed hotels, private jets and endless parties. Led Zeppelin became the blueprint for rock excess, living larger than life. Rumors swirled, Jimmy Page's fascination with the occult, mysterious symbols and whispers of dark pacts. The band fueled their own legend, rarely giving interviews and letting the music speak. Their fourth album had no name, just four cryptic symbols. Mystery became part of their brand. Despite the chaos, they fiercely protected their art and image. Manager Peter Grant changed the business, fighting for artistic control and bigger profits for the band. Zeppelin's power shifted the music industry, empowering artists everywhere. They weren't just musical pioneers, they were business innovators. Their mystique only grew, making them seem untouchable. Every rumor, every myth only added to their allure. They lived and played by their own rules. Led Zeppelin became legends both on and off the stage. By the late 70s, Zeppelin had conquered the world, but tragedy struck. Personal losses and exhaustion took their toll. In 1980, John Bonham died suddenly. Without him, the band could not go on. They ended it with dignity, refusing to replace their friend. Zeppelin's story closed, but their music never faded. Page, Plant, and Jones found solo success, but Zeppelin's legacy defined them. Decades later, their songs still inspire new generations. They influenced everyone from Guns N' Roses to Nirvana. Zeppelin proved rock could be powerful, artistic, and timeless. Their blend of heavy riffs, acoustic beauty, and raw emotion became the blueprint for modern rock. As Plant sang, the song remains the same. The band is gone, but their music is immortal. Led Zeppelin's legend lives on.